I think we can all agree that school mornings can be the worst. So if you struggle with school morning anxiety, I've got you. Here are 5 therapist-approved coping skills that you can try today. The first thing that you gotta do is you gotta ground yourself. No, I don't mean like punish yourself and lock yourself in the room. That's actually probably the worst thing that you could do for school morning anxiety. I mean to physically ground yourself to the present moment. One of the reasons that grounding works so well for school morning anxiety is because a lot of times our anxiety is anticipatory. We start anticipating that whatever situation is coming up or planned to come up next is going to be really threatening to some aspect of ourselves. When that happens, we can get really stuck in our thinking, in our head, and in the future. So if you can bring yourself right back down to the present moment, that can really help you control your school morning anxiety. So focusing on this moment, this class, this task that you need to do, whether that is brushing your teeth, getting on the school bus, or even tying your shoes. These are all some great ways to focus on now. While you may be using one or more of your 5 senses to ground yourself, you can also use them to self-soothe. So when you self-soothe your physical responses to stress or anxiety, you give signals to your brain that, oh, you can relax a little bit. You don't have to be so on guard and protective. So some ways that you can do this is by rubbing lotion on your arms or hands. You can listen to calming or soothing music. You can even put on your favorite perfume or cologne. Whatever's gonna shift you out of that future thinking and into the present moment and remind yourself, you got this. This next coping skill is one of my favorites, and it involves moving your body. So I talk about this a lot. We know that our physical bodies hold a lot of our emotional and mental stress. So one of my favorite ways to do this is actually just to dance around in my room. I actually do this in between sessions sometimes when I need to burn off some energy. You can also shake it out. Oh, that feels good. You can even just take a few moments to stretch and move around. Next up, we're talking all about self-care. So self-care is usually touted as this very luxurious, glamorous kind of self-care, like taking a bubble bath or indulging in your favorite treat. And yes, some of that is self-care, though I would actually call that pampering ourselves or rewarding ourselves, which is an important aspect of self-care too. We all deserve rewards and we all deserve some pampering from time to time. But the self-care that I'm talking about is that kind of boring daily maintenance self-care, like making sure that you eat nutritiously throughout the day and making sure that you brush and floss your teeth. That's the kind of self-care that I'm talking about. So I like to check in on my self-care using the acronym STRONG, and that stands for sleep, taking your medication as prescribed, restorative rest or routine, focusing on one thing at a time, taking care of my nutrition, and get moving. So moving my body in some sort of way. I usually notice that my stress level or anxiety tends to eke up a little bit if I'm not really taking care of one or more of these areas. Now, you don't have to be an all-star 100% of the time across all of these areas. In fact, that's probably a rarity. But if you notice yourself slipping in one area, just think about how you can make an incremental upgrade. Maybe tonight, you'll make sure to wash your face before you go to bed. And of course, you already know that your mind believes whatever you tell it. So if you are continuing to feed that anxiety train, remind yourself of all the reasons that you have to feel anxious, and that leads to avoiding going to school or controlling your morning anxiety, then that's not going to be useful and helpful. Trust me, your mind and your body does not need any more help remembering the negative things. What you need to focus on instead is improving your positive self-talk. It can take 5 positive statements to counteract a negative one. So remember that. One of the things that I find really useful and handy is reciting positive affirmations. I have a great video that you can check out right over here if you'd like some help with that, where you can practice 20 positive affirmations to cope with your morning anxiety with me. If you found the information in this video useful and helpful, you know what to do. Go ahead and share it. Thanks for watching.